Welcome, SFL Nation, to the SFL Today. Joining me tonight on our panel of analytical excellence, I guess you could say, with the Simulation Football League, the owner of the unbeaten Mexico City Aztecs, Ramos Lin, is with us. How are you doing, Ramos?
I'm doing very, very good. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Well, we're happy to have you here on the show today. We've got you cranked up, and we should be good to go. Well, Ramos, before we get into the individual games, I'd say that today was, if you could put it in a capsule, we saw some teams at the bottom of the standings play a little better, but just not good enough.
Yes, sir. Those teams are definitely getting better. I was impressed to see Vancouver getting 20 points against Houston. Obviously, Houston coming on this week as the number one team as far as points allowed goes, allowing like 16 points a game. So happy to see Vancouver get 20 points on the board.
Right. You figure if you can get 20 points against the number one defense in the league, then you'll be all right.
Absolutely. And then as far as, for example, St. Louis goes, the first half they looked pretty good. I mean, they were winning 20-14, 14, sorry, at the half. And then Cleveland, Comacleca basically ran away with it. But obviously those teams are 0-4, looking better, including San Antonio also hanging around against a very good Dallas team.
Well, let's talk about the Cleveland Stallions and the St. Louis Gladiators. That's where our day began. It was, I would say, one of the highest watch games this season in terms of consistent live viewership, in the 40s for much of the day. And, it lived up to the billing. It was quite wild there at the beginning. Both quarterbacks needed a chance to settle down. But in the end, some injuries really stacked up against St. Louis. 3 straight plays. A defender got hurt on a Cleveland drive in the second half, and they also had a defensive holding penalty, which is rare to see in all pro football. And at the end of the day, Ramos, Cleveland just kind of overpowered St. Louis and got their second win in a row.
Yeah, they just kind of overpowered them. David Overstreet getting his first touchdown of the season. Comacleca, again, another statement from Comacleca. How about the rookie, Ashlani?
Brad Ashlani. I'm guessing a relative of Mahmoud Shalani or Agilani with Atlanta, getting a shot at receiver, and he took over Lorenzo Allen's spot and was fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic, and by St. Louis. How about Elijah Swain? I mean, 2 touchdowns, almost 200 yards by the Gladiators tight end, one of the, if not the best tight end right now in the league. Is obviously they need from him since they don't have any other receiver. But Elijah Swain, fantastic, as well as Evan Murr had a good game, but St. Louis actually had to pass the ball a little bit more, so Evan Murray got kind of like left out of the equation there.
Comacleca had 2 more interceptions in this game, and the conversation started swirling in the chat about who the greatest SFL player of all time is. Ramos, who would that be for you?
Season 3 and watching the NFL, since season 1 and pre-recorded games, Comacleca is definitely top 3. Absolutely. And as far as defensive goes, I will have him as number 1. But Comacleca maybe is the most dominant player at his position, being safety or he has ever seen. I mean, even more than Bruschi at running back or Marconi at quarterback, which is really something right there. But Comacleca, absolutely top 5 player of all time.
Yeah, the fact that St. Louis didn't give up a return touchdown today to him was an accomplishment all in itself. Next up, the Dallas Roughnecks took on the San Antonio Vaqueros. A former player of yours, a former coach of yours, Colin Northrup, was on that call. Did you have a chance to hear any of that today, Ramos?
Absolutely did, and Colin did a fantastic job. Fantastic job by Colin Northrup. Hopefully, hear him more often each and every week because he was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, we hope so too. Dallas got out to an early advantage. San Antonio really attempted to stay with the Roughnecks, but the problem was Joey Langdon and that passing game. Way too many turnovers. And I don't know about you, Ramos, but I think Jason German needs to get the ball more. 173 yards on just 18 carries today. What would this game have been if he would have had 25 or 30
Absolutely.
as San Antonio falls by 10?
Absolutely. I mean, they obviously need to stay away from the turnovers, a little bit more involved. But at the same time, great. But by Dallas, you gotta give him credit on forcing 7 turnovers here. But yes, I think that San Antonio has to give Jason German the ball a little bit more over marathon.
Crazy game with Troy LaShaw, too. He doesn't get one of the 7 interceptions when he was the all-time interception leader last season, but he had 15 total tackles, which was above and away more than any other player in this game. Ramos, you've spoken a bit on Dallas's unique offense in what they're doing in terms of how you and Mexico City sort of went away from that pass-happy attack this year. What has Dallas done in the last 2 weeks that gives you any more confidence, if it gives you any more confidence at all, that Dallas can win a title with this build?
It's without doubt Shabazz synergy. That is the guy. Again, 400 plus yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, 4 turnovers, but again, after 425 total yards by synergy, that's fantastic to see from him, and that's why it gives me going far this season, and obviously the secondary that they have with Troy LaShaw, with Jefferson, with Senosica. So that's what gives me confidence from Dallas.
Yeah, and a couple of former players on the Roughnecks from the Santa Fe Guerrillas era, Juan Bosco and Miles Morales. Ramos, you're wearing Santa Fe Guerrillas throwbacks tonight.
Santa Fe Guerrillas throwbacks. We are using a color rush today, all orange for us today. So hopefully that is a good luck.
Harkening back to the old days when Santa Fe had that nasty defense in Season 5 and was seconds away from winning a title. Where Ramos's mic is cutting in and out just a little bit, so apologies to those listening. It's likely just due to the
charm for us.
to the sheer length of that we are apart here doing this call from different countries. So hey. Love having Ramos here and love having the unbeaten Aztecs / Santa Fe Guerrillas in prime time. Next up, the Oklahoma City Renegades were in Sioux Falls to take on the Sioux Falls Sparrows. And this game was a little odd. Oklahoma City seemed to be in control at 10-3, and then the Renegades hit a brick wall and couldn't do anything for about 2 full quarters. And Sioux Falls didn't really blow them away or blow them out of the water, but they did enough to be convincing. And for the first time really this season, we saw the Renegade offense stall out and really not produce as it should, as Tiberius Bovine has gone a little quiet here in the last couple of weeks. Ramos, your thoughts on what we saw today in South Dakota?
Well, a very, very important win from Sioux Falls. They allowed 55 points against us. They needed to have this win. Obviously, 1-3 is not the end of the world, but it's way better to get to 500, 2-2. And at the end of the season, that might be a tiebreaker for playoffs. We don't know. With Oklahoma City Renegades now at 2-2 as well, that is a very, very important win for the Sparrows.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Renegades have got to be feeling not as good about themselves as they were the first 2 weeks. They got the 2 wins against San Antonio and Vancouver, but since then, neither one of those teams has been able to manage to win a game. So it's not looking too sharp for the Renegades. Meanwhile, they've lost to two teams that are 500. They have not played Houston. They have not played Mexico City, which I believe they play the Aztecs next week, and they have not played Alaska. So the brunt of the Renegades' schedule is still ahead of them. Ramos, over the last 2 weeks, this team just doesn't seem to be as sharp. Have you noticed any difference or any weaknesses there?
Well, I believe it's just opposing teams kind of to what they do best, which is getting the ball to Tiberius Boban and using Pete Bruschi. So I think that defense is now Sioux Falls in this case, for example, to stop that hold in offense. The offense still good. The offense still good. I mean, 240 passing yards, 130 rushing yards. That ain't bad, but strong as it was in the first 2 weeks of the season. So I think it's more credit to the defenses that have played against them than the fact that Oklahoma City is not maybe as good, because I think they are still a very good team that will compete.
Tyree threw 2 picks, but only 3 other incompletions in the game. He's struggled with the turnover and the sort of wild and crazy passing game bug. A.J. Levy had a very pivotal interception in that second half when the Renegades were driving, trying to tie the game at 17 in the third quarter, and that was a momentum turner for sure. In Raleigh, North Carolina today, the Carolina Skyhawks took on their rival, the Tallahassee Pride, and I got to give it to Carolina. They certainly bounced back from their humiliating loss to Comma-Kaleka and Cleveland last week. Gave Tallahassee a game, but in the end, Jake Calvin Kim continues his dominance over the Simulation Football League. He is tussling with Ray Bentley for tops of the charts, and quite honestly, Ray Bentley is going to need to have an unreal performance tonight to stay in front of Calvin Kim, because J. Calvin Kim today had 259 yards on the ground and 2 scores, and that was the difference.
Yes, sir. Yes, it was. Obviously, Jake Calvin Kim was a former player for us in Santa Fe when we were the Santa Fe Gorillas. And when he was in Santa Fe, he had those games where he has a lot of talent. And I remember he scored like 14 touchdowns for us that season, season 7. And now he's doing the same thing with Tallahassee, but now like in steroids. So it is very, very good to see Jake Calvin Kim and Tallahassee Pride still rolling. 38 points again. 38 points. Tallahassee putting up crazy numbers.
Yeah, they have not been able to be stopped pretty much by anybody, and the J. Calvin Kim story is quite. It's a rags to riches story, similar to Matt Wilson in terms of how, he went from not a focal point of the offense to a focal point of the offense, and J. Calvin Kim has scored so many touchdowns. He's like top 5 now all time. It's crazy because he hasn't been playing in this league that much. And what was really interesting today out of the Pride is we saw a heavy dose of the ground game, and they really didn't need to pass too much against Carolina. Apparently they felt, just looking at the game film, they felt like that was an area to exploit, and that they did. Ramos, what's going on with Johnny English? Another subpar game, and really that's why Carolina's 0-4 right now, because Johnny English is really struggling.
John English is really struggling. I think that he will bounce back in the next few weeks. But again, for Carolina, when you look at Johnny English, even though Carolina now has a goal quarterback, even though they have very good receivers, Johnny English is still 6'4", 220,000 pounds, running at you. Yeah. Running at you, you have to feed that man, and he needs to play better. Kudos to Tallahassee, obviously, but Carolina needs to get the run game going a little bit more.
Flava 2K says, getting old. Johnny English, a 9-season veteran, definitely up there in age. Vancouver and Houston, the final game from our early day of action. And we touched on it a bit at the beginning of the show, but Vancouver, 20 points, none of them in garbage time. Their offense had really struggled coming into this game. They still struggled today. They still fell short of the 300 total yard mark, but there were moments in the game where the team was able to open it up and get some things moving. But again, the Houston Hyenas, they're not doing it flashy. They're not putting up 50. They're not beating opponents by 40, but they're coming out each and every week and they're just playing a good, solid, all-around game of football. And they just seem unfazed through 4 weeks, Ramos.
Good point. Yes, they do. I mean, Houston, again, as you said, not flashy. The running back's not going to run for 300 yards. They're not going to have 500 passing yards. Maybe they will not have 10 interceptions or 15 sacks. But what they do very, very well. The football, 2 turnovers, but that's okay. Here in the SFL, you're going to get the turnovers. You cannot avoid them. And, again, this Houston Hyena team, very, very good from scoring. Maybe you will get some yards, but you will not score on that ferocious defense. Arrington is there. They have very good defensive line. I mean, Houston is a very, very solid offense, defense, and on special teams.
Vancouver's got to figure out their pass defense. Another quarterback to throw less than 10 incompletions. I believe that's either the third or the fourth week in a row that has happened to Vancouver. Joseph Redfeather did it. Ron Cochran did it. Cody Cantrell has done it. I don't think Matt Wilson did it in week 1. You'd have to refresh me, Ramos. But still, 3 weeks in a row where a quarterback is never throwing incompletions. It's tough to win games like that.
It is tough. It is tough to win games like that as far as Vancouver goes. But hey, I like the fact that they are looking better each and every week. Now scoring 20 points, allowing 31. But Vancouver showing improvement, and that first win is coming soon.
Oh man, don't you love this? Big Sexy shows up in the chat, and immediately after his "Let's Go Alaska" comment, it's Matt Wilson, the quarterback of Mexico City, commenting in the chat. As Big Sexy is going to be chasing Matt Wilson all night long. Ramos, as impartial as you can be, a quick preview of Alaska and your Aztecs coming up next here on the Game of the Week. What do you think is going to be the difference here tonight?
I think that the difference is whether we can really force some Alaska turnovers, because 2 weeks ago we saw an Alaska team that played very, very risky with the football, and that's why Big Car Sioux Falls was able to come back. But last week we saw an Alaska team type of football, short passes, run game, and I think that that's going to be one of the differences here, as well as running backs. Ray Bentley, if he can get a little bit going, it's going to be very important for us. And yeah, I mean, I think that we need to stay balanced football, and that's going to be the difference. Very, very good game coming up, I think.
All right, well, there you have it. Ramos Lynn, thanks for joining our panel tonight here on the SFL Today, and we're moments away from the Game of the Week. Estadio Aztecas rocking.
Thanks.
All righty, folks, coming up next, the Week 4 SFL Game of the Week. It's Mexico City. It's Alaska. It's next here on the SFL Network on YouTube. The SFL Today Show has been a presentation of the SFL Network on YouTube.
Chase Jefferson into the open field. No one's going to touch him. Mark it up. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
40, the 30, and he is gone to the house. Touchdown, Tallahassee.
Tipped and picked off by Colin Douglas, who's going to take it back all the way.
Pass caught, first down. What a move! D.R. Sim, get out of here! The doctor is in for the touchdown! SFL Nation, good evening. Welcome to Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, where it's a beautiful 79 degrees and a lot cooler than it was in Texas today. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Tonight, the unbeaten Aztecs are throwing it back, going all orange with the Santa Fe Gorillas look from just a few seasons ago. Meanwhile, Alaska coming in at 2-1 with their only loss, a collapse to Sioux Falls a couple of weeks ago, will try to move Mexico City out of the top two in the Western Conference. Mexico City and Alaska, a Western Conference clash. Coin toss is next. Alaska wins the toss and chooses to defer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. It's time for the best sim football action anywhere. Denali's got the ball on the tee, so let's kick it. We're underway. From the goal line, Devin Cabrera, 25. Matt Wilson on the field first. Matt Wilson in his fourth season, once a bronze, then a silver, then a gold, back to bronze in this high-powered Mexico City offense that has been tough to stop through the first 3 weeks of the season. Wilson's first pass of the night is a completion. A pickup of 6 yards. That is Richard Montague. Not used to seeing the Aztec numbers in these Santa Fe Gorilla throwback jerseys, as we've got a color rush going on tonight. Alaska is in the road. Red helmets, bright blue jerseys, white pants with the white numbers and dark blue trim. Mexico City is in the all orange with white numbers and blue trim. The Santa Fe Gorillas throwbacks, 2nd down and 4. 3 receivers, Wilson back to pass, and Wilson fires over the middle. That is somehow caught by K.L. Barrett. Alaska eventually brings him down to the 42-yard line, but that pass squeezes through Alaska's talented front 7. And Mexico City moves the chains for a first down to the 41.5-yard line. Wilson has 3 receivers, 2 to the top of the screen. Back to pass again. And Wilson will fire it to the far side. That pass is ruled incomplete. That is really shocking. Richard Montague was the intended target. It's 2nd and 10. We may get a challenge there. Montague easily looked in. And no challenge from the Aztecs. That is quite surprising. The wide receiver core for Mexico City, number 13, Dijon Swan. Number 19, K.L. Barrett. Number 86, Richard Montague. And the tight end is number 84, Ryan Moxon. The running back is Ray Bentley, and he takes his first carry on a counter. Bentley, 50. Bentley to the 45. And no huddle offense coming from Mexico City after a strong first run for the league's top running back coming into week 4. 3 receivers all top of the screen. Bentley will take a screen pass, and he will lose 2 yards. Believe Evan Carroll was on that tackle. It's 2nd down and 12, and a high-octane start to week 4's game of the week here on YouTube. Bentley takes the handoff up the middle, and he gets blasted. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 12 for the Aztecs as Alaska tries to come up with the first defensive stand, and now there's a penalty marker on the field. It's an offside on Alaska. I'm not exactly sure how in the world they're calling that. The Aztecs weren't even up to the line. The penalty is on Thomas. And that's a break for Mexico City, and Max Paul wants an explanation. At the Alaska 41.5-yard line, it's a 3rd down and 7 instead of a 3rd down and 12 for Wilson and the Aztecs. A 3-3 look out of the Alaska defense. Wilson drops back the pass, and Wilson will fire it short over the middle, and K.L. Barrett stretches out for the first down. He did not get it. 4th and 1 coming up at the 36. We'll see if Mexico City elects to send out Cole Varner, the kicker, for a 52-yard field goal. No, it looks like the offense will remain on the field. 4th and 1, and Wilson's going to go for it. Wilson, a pass going long. Oh, it's caught right over the top of the defense for an Aztec touchdown. Caught flat-footed in the secondary. Who in the world was that on the outside? DJ Drew with horrific coverage. And the Aztecs are on the board first. That was about as bad as you can play defense at a DJ Drew. And the Aztecs could not have asked for a better start trying to keep their unbeaten season alive. Extra point for the Aztecs is good. And with 8:17 to go in the first quarter, the Aztecs have a 7-0 advantage. Oh, what a hit on the return. Puts Alaska at the 25-yard line. Robert Merrill, return man. Richard Montague was on the receiving end of that last touchdown. First down, Alaska. And Ash Odom gets the carry, and did you see Mexico City just waiting on him? Chase Story, the silver linebacker, all over that one. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. Mexico City has come to play tonight. Alaska's going to need to up the intensity. 4 receivers. And an empty backfield for quarterback Ron Cochran. Cochran pump fakes, now goes middle. One-handed grab, midair is caught. That's a really nice grab from Corey Carter, and it'll set up a 3rd down and 2. Ron Cochran, 3 touchdowns and 10 interceptions through the first 3 games of the season. Trying to turn things around, had 7 of those 10 interceptions in that loss, that embarrassing loss to Sioux Falls. Ash Odom is the tailback, and they may need him on a 3rd down and short. They're going to run him left again. This time Mexico City not ready. Another nasty hit from Chase Story, high up in the shoulder head area of Ash Odom, the rookie, but Alaska moves the chains and picks up a 1st down. The Alaska Storm receiving corps: Corey Carter, number 10. Robert Merrill, number 18. Optimus Klein, number 88. And at running back is Odom. Quarterback is Cochran. Odom wears number 24, 1st and 10. Cochran back to pass. Cochran going long. It's picked off at the 39-yard line. The wall, as they call this defense, with the turnover. King Wallace. Back-to-back weeks with interceptions. The maxed-out bronze contract player takes it away from Optimus Klein, the intended receiver. Not where Alaska wants to be here on the road. At one of the more hostile environments in the league. Wilson has 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen. Another 3-3 look, handoff Bentley. Bentley shreds a defender. And A.J. Francis, who originally over-pursued that play, comes back from behind to make the tackle, 2nd and 4. Ray Bentley, coming into the night, leads the league in rushing yards with 618. Also leads the league with 8.6 yards per carry. As you also get a updated look at Matt Wilson's current numbers. 2nd down and 4, just shy of midfield for Mexico City. Back to pass, Wilson, deep ball, middle, caught by Barrett, dragging a defender down to the 19-yard line. That was Carroll on the tackle. 1st down for the Aztecs. K.L. Barrett getting behind the defense. A remarkable job there. Barrett coming into the night, 216 yards and 4 touchdowns. The yardage 23rd best in the SFL. 1st down into the red zone for the Aztecs. Wilson takes a high snap. He's in some trouble, avoids it, and then lost more yardage. Loss of 9 yards on Alaska's 1st sack of the night. That puts the Aztecs all the way back at the 28-yard line, still within Cole Varner's range, but out of the end zone.
2nd and 19.
Second down, 19 with 5:15 to go in the 1st quarter. Back to pass, Wilson. Wilson over the middle, one-handed grab to the 17-yard line. Montague's having himself a night as the Aztecs get back what they lost on the sack and a couple more. 3rd down and 8. Are you a player in the SFL? If you're new or haven't taken the plunge yet, it's free to join our Discord community at simulationfl.net and hashtag be a star. Free agents can sign with the team as a star player this season through week 8 as Wilson's pass is caught again. Ryan Moxon breaking tackles, scoring touchdowns. Aztecs up 13-0. And Ryan Moxon continues his early season dominance of defenders in the SFL. Moxon, coming into the night, believe it or not, is the team's leading receiver, despite being a tight end with 247 yards and 4 touchdowns under his belt. His 4 touchdowns are tied with Barrett and a handful of other players for 2nd most in the league coming into the week. The extra point from Cole Varner is good. And now, with 4.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter, it's 14-0. And Alaska has done nothing to slow the train of Mexico City. Merrill from the 1-yard line. Robert Merrill to the 25. Alaska's going to have to get a grip. Down 14-0. Their only possession ended in Cochran's 11th interception. Only Mac Wavy Jr. has more, at least coming into the week. Julian Tyree added a couple to his total, now 13 on the season. Odom on a counter. And Odom will push ahead. Really nice safety help there. That was Tevin Cabrera who came flying in. Pickup of 3 yards will bring up 2nd down and 7. The Aztec defense in the secondary that they call the wall. Number 24, King Wallace. 25, Devin Cabrera. 26, Joey Lynn. 29, Pablo Zamora. Zamora plays strong safety. Lynn and Wallace are at the cornerback spots. Linebacker number 57, Chase Story, is also a star. Cochran, middle caught, and 1 yard shy of the first down is Optimus Klein. 3rd down and 1 coming up. With 1 more catch, Optimus Klein will join 60-plus SFL receivers with 1,000 receiving yards in his career, and will also become the first Alaska Storm player to record 1,000 receiving yards as Ash Odom sheds tacklers to pick up the first down to the Alaska 44-yard line. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Help us get to 700 as we just crossed 600 over the last week. As a subscriber, you're notified when our channel goes live, and you'll have access to over 1,000 videos seamlessly through the YouTube app. Our channel live streams Sundays at 3 and Sundays through Tuesdays at 7. Don't miss a minute of the action. All times Central, of course, based on our league headquarters time zone. 1st down and 10 for Alaska. Back to pass, Cochran. Cochran going long again. And this one is caught over the top of the defense as Klein, Cabrera, and company on the tackle. King Wallace got beat on that route. Cochran up to 52 yards, and Alaska's in the red zone. That's the 2nd time we've seen Cochran test King Wallace. This time, Optimus Klein beats Wallace, and Klein becomes the first Alaska Storm receiver to over 1,000 receiving yards. As you look at his career numbers coming into the night, what a career so far it's been for Optimus Klein. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. 1st down for Alaska, trying to get things moving. Handoff, Odom left side. They've been testing it. 15-10. Odom hit hard by Pablo Zamora at the 3-yard line, but it's 1st and goal. Ash Odom starting to get going, and I'm not used to all this scoring, as the last 2 games I've had have been defensive slugfests. Zamora with another high hit there on Odom. Chase Story had one earlier in this quarter. Out of the gun for Cochran with 2 backs in the backfield. Cochran's going to pass. Cochran looks back, corner of the end zone. Get those toes in, son. Touchdown, Alaska. And the Storm come right back. That's Optimus Klein's 5th career touchdown. And boy, did Alaska ever need that answer.
Number 6 is back for the point after. Number 19 will hold the kick.
Kodiak Denali on for the extra point. And the extra point is good. Mexico City scores 2 touchdowns. What do? You score 1 right back. 7-point game here on the Week 4 Game of the Week. Cabrera to return. Cabrera to the 26-yard line. Mexico City missed an opportunity at a blocked extra point. Could loom large if Alaska ends up winning by 1. Shout out to the chat tonight. Ace-Eb, I'm Effing Problem, Tyrone Jones, Lynn Ramos, The Walking Greg, Flava 2K, DR Sim, Monty RX, AJ Levy, DeAndre Newell, and plenty more out there in SFL Nation. Deep ball is overthrown. Wow. He was open down the field too. Matt Wilson missed a chance at a dime. Oh man, he had his receiver deep down the field.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 27-yard.
Good effort. I believe that was Barrett deep. Wilson misses his target. We've seen Alaska almost exclusively here in the 3-3 in the first quarter. Handoff goes to Bentley, and Bentley will push ahead for a couple. We've seen a little bit more of an emphasis on the passing game, at least here through the first quarter of play. And it's proven to be a success for Mexico City. They've scored 2 touchdowns on their first 2 possessions. And Alaska against the pass is ranked 5th. Back to pass. Wilson, he's sacked. 4th down. Matt Wilson sacked by guess who? It's Big Sexy. Alex Dominguez, 4th and 11. And the first punt of the night for the Aztecs is coming up. Alex Dominguez coming into the game, 3 sacks on the season. He's now in 3rd behind Rick O'Reilly and Jake Berry of Tallahassee for most sacks this year. Matt Wilson goes down for just the 7th time this season. And Robert Merrill does not have a lot of room to run. To the 39-yard line, that's where Alaska will take over, a 1st down.
First and 10.
28 seconds to go in the first quarter. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Mexico City, Alaska. Western Conference Showdown. 3-0 Aztecs, 2-1 Storm. Aztecs wearing their gorilla throwbacks. That's a big hit by Story. Right in the trenches as Ash Odom picks up just a yard, and that may be the final play of the first quarter. 2nd down, 9. Alaska is trying to get one more play off, down to 8 seconds. Down to 3, down to 2. Handoff Odom, left side. Mexico City all over it, but Story did end up cleaning up the play. 3rd and 9. Odom has not had a lot of success running left. And Alaska is not having success in taking the lead. Aztecs lead at 14-7. This is the SFL Game of the Week right here on YouTube. Start of the second quarter, Alaska's pass to Hernandez is incomplete, and it's 4th down. A quick 3 and out for Alaska after their first defensive stand of the night. That was a look at the Angel de la Independencia here in Mexico City. Got to get some sights and sounds from our neighbors to the south. It's always good coming south of the border here on the Game of the Week, as Cabrera returns it up to the 26-yard line. Devin Cabrera, an interception return for a touchdown and a kickoff return for a touchdown so far this season. He has 26.8 yards per kickoff return. That's 3rd behind Koma Kaleka and Johnny English, although Johnny English doesn't even count, as he just came in with a depth chart issue after Carolina's kick returner got hurt. 1st and 10 as Matt Wilson calls out an audible. Back to pass Wilson. Wilson steps up in a collapsing pocket. What a catch from Moxon. Ryan Moxon, I'm convinced, has the best hands of any tight end in this league. This guy catches everything. I don't know how Wilson found room in the pocket. Moxon took a big shot. And it's another Aztec 1st down. .10:30 to go in the second quarter. 14-7 Mexico City. Back to pass. Wilson near side. Keeping the toes in is Montague. Picks up 4. Richard Montague, 57 yards and a touchdown already tonight, as both Montague and Barrett are putting in the work. 2nd down and 6. Want to do what I do? If you're interested in becoming a play-by-play commentator or analyst for the SFL, the league has open tryouts all season long on our Rabbit broadcast. Please contact veteran broadcaster Andy Hamilton for more information. Colin Northrup got his first shot at commentary today, and I think he was pretty impressive. Would love to have him join us on the weekly. Alex Dominguez makes that tackle on Bentley, who's had a bit of a quiet first half. No gain, brings up 3rd down and 6. If you're just joining us, Alaska got a touchdown to Optimus Klein in the back corner of the end zone, and Optimus Klein became the first Alaska Storm receiver to record 1,000 yards receiving, as Wilson will dump it short and rolling towards the 1st down. Barrett won't have it. Won't have it. 4th and inches. I couldn't even make up my mind whether or not he got there. Aztec offense will stay on the field. They've already gone for it once and converted on a 4th down. The Aztecs have 2 touchdowns, one to Richard Montague and another to Ryan Moxon. On a 4th and inches, will the Aztecs go for it again? Down to 10 on the play. Oh, they will go for it. Bentley 1st down. Bentley to the 40-yard line, and the Aztecs in the first half are 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions. Aztecs leaving it all on the field tonight. Coming into the game, 1 of 1 on 3rd down conversions, so now they're 3 of 3. Only Vancouver had a better 4th down conversion percentage at 5 for 5 through 3 weeks of action. 8:20 to go in the 2nd quarter. Bentley takes the handoff, and now Ray Bentley is heating up. Oh, Ray Bentley! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! An absolute assault! That was a crime from Ray Bentley. No doubt a crime of passion and a touchdown for the Aztecs. He just blew through that defender. I'm not even going to say his name. I'm too embarrassed. I'm too embarrassed for him. Oh my! That was the bone-crushing hit of the year. Incredible. It's 20-7. Wow. Ray Bentley, get off me. Extra point for Varner is good. And with 8:06 to go in the first half, Ray Bentley is a man. Robert Merrill back to return. From the 3, Merrill wrapped up well shy of the 25-yard line. Ray Bentley leading the league in rushing yards coming into the night with 618. Jake Calvin Kim had another 200-yard day today. Pressures on Bentley, and he responded. That was the best run I have seen since Justin Beakley Jr. against St. Louis. Ash Odom trying to one-up him. Moves the chains to the 38-yard line. You know, I honestly think that was better. That was a better run than Justin Beakley Jr.'s run against St. Louis. That was a linebacker that Bentley picked up off his feet. I cannot get over that run. That's going to be on highlight reels for a long time. 1st and 10 for Alaska, trying to keep some momentum on their side, and Devin Cabrera knocks the pass away. 2nd and 10. No, I swear. Number 58. Number 58 of Alaska. That's who got trucked. And unless 58 is a safety, I'm pretty sure it was a linebacker. 21-7, 2nd and 10. Back to pass. That's Odom with the catch. Oh, Odom shakes a defender. King Wallace disrespected there for a 7-yard pickup for Odom. Look at this stiff arm. Oh, King Wallace fallen. Looking like a straight up noodle out there. 3rd down and 3 at the 45-yard line. These running backs have got me a little too jacked up. I'm going to have to wind down here. I almost have more points in this game than we had all last week for the 500th game. Back to pass, Cochran. Cochran outside, caught 1st down. Really nice grab down by the ankles for Robert Merrill. And Alaska's moving the ball. I tell you what, the Storm are not letting these monster plays by the Aztec offense affect them. I did say noodle. He didn't look like anything else. That may mark the first time we've ever said noodle on an SFL broadcast. You were right about that. 1st and 10, handoff Odom. Odom up the middle, has plenty of room. Got a 1st down. Crunched at the Aztec 40 by Cabrera. Both of these offenses are moving it. This is going to be a fun one tonight, folks. If you're already here, don't go anywhere. And if you're not here, or if you know someone that's not here, tell your friends. We're going to have a good one tonight. 1st down and 10 from the Aztec 40-yard line. Cochran has another empty backfield. He pump fakes, now goes down the middle of the field and completes it for a 12-yard gain. That's Corey Carter. And Carter's having a nice first half. Corey Carter, the rookie. Max Braun's contract. Serving the Aztecs well. Carter, 14 catches, 137 yards, and a touchdown coming in. 1st down, Alaska. Back to pass outside, turning the corner. Near a 1st down, an 8-yard gain to the Aztec 20. That's Merrill. This has been a really, really good drive here for Alaska. They have responded well.
Let's go. 2nd and 1 from the Storm, 19 yards.
Need the 18 for the 1st down. It's actually a little bit less than 2 yards as the Storm trail 21-7. Cochran going to hand it off to Odom now. Odom going right. Mexico City pursued left. That was a mistake. Chase Story has been excellent in this first half of play. Odom gets the Storm into the red zone, into the 13-yard line. 2K Sports Halftime Report has your first half stats and highlights. Coming up next in 5:43. Odom in the backfield with Alaska. 3 receivers. 4 down linemen in a nickel set for the Aztecs. That pass caught over the middle. Hard hit by Zamora to the 1-yard line. And that is the big man, number 81, Jason Julian, making the catch. 1st and goal for the Storm. Pablo Zamora saved the touchdown. Julian was halfway there. 1st and goal. Storm trying to punch it in. 7 in the box for the Aztecs. Handoff Odom left. Odom walks it in. Touchdown. Tackled about a yard into the goal line, but it doesn't matter. The ball just has to cross the plane. And Ash Odom's got his first touchdown of the night. The Storm respond. That was Chase Story again with the wrap-up.
Number 6 is back for the point after. Number 19 on the hold.
Kodiak Denali's extra point. Mexico City won't get close to that one. The kick is good. And with 4:43 to go in the second quarter, we got a ball game. There is no doubt about that. 21-14. This is the Week 4 Game of the Week here on YouTube. Devin Cabrera from 1 yard in his end zone. Cabrera, 25. Cabrera fumbled! It's recovered by Alaska at the 24! Keyshawn Paul! 4.5 to go. The sure-handed Cabrera gets popped. And Mexico City turns the ball over for the first time tonight. And the Storm have new life. Three receivers for Alaska. Could potentially tie this game now at 21. Cochran, 3-step drop, gets it out quick to Odom. And Odom picks up 3. Really like the decision-making out of Ron Cochran tonight. He threw up a jump ball in the first quarter that was picked off. Really nice play by the defender. But Cochran is making decisions quickly and effectively. All over the field. Cochran's 71% completion percentage, which is not terrible. In fact, it's 4th best in the league through 3 weeks. If he just tones down the interceptions, he's going to be a really good quarterback in this league. Cochran hit as he threw. That pass is caught. Caught over the middle to the 11. Pablo Zamora brings down the big tight end Julian. Cochran with a quarterback rating of 95. Everybody contributing to the Alaska offense right now, and it's 1st and 10 at the 11. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Now Mexico City goes to the dime. Back to pass, Cochran going to the end zone. Picked off by Devin Cabrera. Thanks a lot, Ron. Giving you some props, and that was not a good throw. Devin Cabrera with interception number 4 on the season. Pass was intended for Optimus Klein, and that's the second time that a pass intended for Klein was picked off by the Aztec defense. Cabrera now with 4 interceptions, trailing only Koma Kaleka, who has 7 through the first 4 weeks. A.J. Levy also has 4. He got a pick earlier today in Sioux Falls' win over Oklahoma City. Wilson back to pass. Wilson going deep down the middle. That ball is nearly taken away. Ryan Moxon was the intended target, 2nd and 10. SFL fans, are you interested in spreading the word about a truly revolutionary esports product? Help the SFL by joining our social media marketing team. Experienced social media candidates can turn this into a paid league staff position. Contact the league's commissioner, Cameron Irvine, that's me, on Discord for more information. And I got to tell you, this is a big week coming up for the SFL. I can't tell you why, but trust me when I say it could be, it just could be groundbreaking. 2nd down and 10 for the Aztecs. Pass is caught short, a 3-yard gain to Moxon. There's a look at Matt Wilson's updated numbers. He has been brilliant tonight. 2 touchdowns, no picks, and on pace for almost 400 yards. 3:20 to go in the first half. Storm have fought back, but could be a lot closer without Cochran's 2nd interception in the end zone. Back to pass Wilson. Wilson, long ball, caught by Moxon. They call him Moxie. He's got a lot of it. Touchdown, Aztecs. And just like that, Mexico City's back in control. Moxon tearing him up downfield. Moxon, you could tell, got a little tired there at the end of the play. And Alaska's defense has not shown up tonight. Coming into the night, top 5 in every meaningful defensive category, including 4th in total defense and 3rd in run defense. That is not the defense we are seeing here this evening in Mexico. The extra point is good. And the Aztecs are wearing out the theme music. 28-14, all over the Storm in Estadio Azteca. Alaska still playing catch-up. Merrill to the 25. So, Devin Cabrera, who fumbled the kickoff return, ends up saving the possession with his interception, if you want to think about it that way. Getting his team back the football, and the Aztecs properly turn that into points. Now, first down for Cochran and the Storm. That pass caught to the near side by Optimus Klein, his 4th catch of the first half.
4 yards on the play.
Second down, 6 coming up. Tomorrow night, the Chicago Wildcats head to Baltimore, Old Bay Stadium, to take on the Baltimore Crabs. Chris Curtis has your call as Baltimore tries to get to 500 and Chicago tries to avoid a 2-game losing streak after that devastating loss to Tallahassee last Monday. Ash Odom first down to the 39-yard line. Ash Odom running well, running hard, but the defense has put the offense behind the 8 ball all night. Cabrera with another stop. Tuesday night football with Eric Vincent on the call. The Atlanta Swarm, undefeated, hosts the defending champs and Mark Chisholm's former team. Queen City and Atlanta, Tuesday night football, same time, same place here on the SFL Network. That pass is caught by Corey Carter. Another 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute warning. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. Your home to the Simulation Football League. This is the SFL Network on YouTube. Be legendary. Second down and 5. Handoff Odom. Odom sheds a tackler and nearly got away from everybody. Odom now 85 yards. Not the average of Bentley, but he is the workhorse for Alaska tonight and throughout this season. Clock still moving. 1st and 10 at the Aztec 48-yard line. Alaska down 14, but the offense still clicking. 2 backs and 2 receivers. Cochran another 3-step drop, and Cochran takes a while. Pass is ruled complete by Klein, but a 2-yard pickup will make it 2nd and 8 at the MC 46. A lot of 3-step drops from Cochran tonight, and that was first time he did not really make a quick decision.
2nd and 8 from the Storm, 46 yards.
2 backs and 2 receivers. Mexico City showing a blitz. They will hang back and sort of came with it, sort of didn't come with it. Ash Odom to the 25-yard line, first down. Mexico City looked a bit befuddled there on that play. Didn't quite know what they were going to do. It results in a Storm first down. Another catch for Klein, and Klein gets to the 16-yard line. Clock moving in Alaska, right back in the red zone. Optimus Klein again became the first player to 1,000 receiving yards for Alaska earlier tonight with his 5th receiving touchdown of his career. So congrats to Optimus Klein. Odom takes the handoff, and Odom gets rid of 1 defender down to the 4, and a timeout for the Storm with 33 seconds on the clock. It'll be 1st and goal. Odom continues his dominance here in the second quarter. That was King Wallace. I'm sorry, Wallace, but it's been a rough night for King ever since that interception. He has gotten embarrassed one too many times. 33 seconds left in the first half as Alaska attempts to be the last team to score in this high-octane Western Conference showdown. Cochran slings it, pass is caught, but then going backwards is Klein as he tried to maintain his balance. So now it's 2nd and goal, a loss of 1 on the play. Cochran with 20 seconds. Pump fakes, running out of time, wobbly pass. Oh, what a pick! Chase Story! Oh man, if I'm Alaska, I'm thinking about maybe challenging this. Did this hit the ground? No. What a play! And Cochran has 2 interceptions in the end zone tonight. If Optimus Klein would not have lost that yardage trying to get his balance, Alaska would not have been in such a hurry. That was most certainly a rushed pass. Wilson back to throw, can't give anything up big. Oh, that should have been picked off. Now it's 2nd down with 10 seconds to go. That's the difference in this ball game right now. It's a 2-touchdown lead for the Aztecs, and Alaska's thrown 2 interceptions in the red zone. In the end zone, actually. And now, this season, Ron Cochran has 13 interceptions. And Chase Story continues his phenomenal start to his rookie season. Bentley's going to take a handoff, and Bentley will pick up 4. We'll see if we get a timeout from the Aztecs. No, we will not. That's the end of the first half. And what a half it was. Interceptions have been the difference. And the Aztecs have a 14-point lead. 2K Sports Halftime Report is right now. For everything SFL, visit simulationfl.net. You're watching the SFL's Week 4 Game of the Week, live from Mexico City. Start of the second half, Alaska receives. Merrill to the 23. We were in Roma Norte earlier today. Getting a good bite to eat with our production crew as Cochran's pass is incomplete. SFL Network crew never been to Roma Norte. Awesome little neighborhood. .10:52 to go in the first half, 2nd and 10. The difference in the first half, 2 red zone turnovers by Alaska. Otherwise, this game is tied at 28. Back to pass, Cochran, far side, trying to turn the corner, Joey Lynn. Check that, Devin Cabrera puts that down. Optimus Klein has been a busy man, 3rd down and 2. As we get another look at it. Cabrera is doing it all tonight. That man has been all over the field. Cabrera with a pick 6 and a kickoff return this year to go along with now 4 interceptions. Hand off to Odom, 1st down. And Alaska converts their first 3rd down of the second half, and the Storm have not had problems moving the ball. They've just had problems finishing drives. The offense has looked really sharp tonight outside of the 3 interceptions. Even every other throw Cochran has made tonight, for the most part, has been steady. And off Odom. And Odom hurdles a defender on the ground, picks up 9, 130 yards on 18 carries. Nothing, though, will compare to Ray Bentley's ridiculous run in that first half when he just put that player down. 9:35 to go 3rd quarter. Aztecs 3-0, trying to protect their undefeated season. Alaska 2-1, should probably be 3-0 as well, as Odom gets away from one. Odom into Mexico City territory to the 44-yard line. The Aztecs wearing their throwback Santa Fe Gorillas uniforms tonight. Chase Story again from behind, bringing down Odom. Devin Cabrera, Chase Story definitely have been the defensive MVPs tonight. Playing really, really well. Both have an interception each. 3 receivers for Alaska. Handoff Odom. Odom again. This time a couple of Aztecs are there to clean up. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Mentioned joining the league as commentators. Colin Northrup had his first call earlier today. It was pretty awesome. So you look at Klein's updated numbers. Eventually, the SFL plans to have every game play-by-play and color commentary, so get in before we're out of spots. Pass is caught by Klein, and instead of going out of bounds, he took an unnecessary hit. Klein taking a lot of punishment on that far side as Wallace makes the tackle. 3rd down and 3. Three receivers. That is Merrill, bottom of the screen. Carter and Klein, top of the screen. Odom's in the backfield, has already converted 1 third down and short. Cochran's going to try to throw for this one. Wide open. And I mean wide open to the 25-yard line. And this must be a new wrinkle in the Alaska offense because that's Julian's 3rd reception. And Mexico City has no answer for that little tight end seam route up the middle. First down, Alaska with an opening drive of over 3 minutes here in the 3rd quarter, keeping their wits about them. Odom gets just past the line of scrimmage, but a nice push up from the defensive front. It was, I believe, Fernandez making that grab. 2nd and 9.
Let's go. 2nd and 9. Ball at the 24-yard.
3 receivers. All at the bottom of the screen. Looks like maybe some man coverage here out of the Aztecs. Back to pass. Cochran over to Odom. Odom got a block just in time, and then Chase Story says, let me read you a chapter. A gain of just 1, 7th tackle for Chase Story tonight. Fill in the stat sheet. Had that key interception just before the end of the first half. Alaska empty set, 4 wide. 3-2 dime look out of the defense. Cochran down the middle. Terrible pass. That was just awful. Optimus Klein was the intended receiver. And they're lucky that this drive is not ending in another interception. That was a dangerous ball to throw. That is a pass that you cannot overthrow. It hit Cabrera in the knees. Oh, Optimus Klein got bumped there by Chase Story. That should have been pass interference. Chase Story absolutely affected that route. And that is a bad no call. That is PI all day. No wonder why the pass was so off the mark. So Kodiak Denali will try to save face and get some points on the board for Alaska. A 39-yard field goal. And the 39-yard kick is good. Denali knocks it through. And here in the middle of the 3rd, it's 28-17. Tomorrow night, the Chicago Wildcats 2-1 at the 1-2 Baltimore Crabs. Last time Chicago owner Shan Varner was in Baltimore, he eliminated the Baltimore Crabs from playoff contention. Monday Night Football comes your way tomorrow night with Chris Curtis on the call. Cabrera return up to the 25-yard line. That's where Matt Wilson will start with the offense. Matt Wilson, boy, you wouldn't know it, but man, he's been in the league for a long time, so much so that he's top 10 in all statistical categories. Just recently, Matt Wilson has crossed the 1,000 completions mark and the 12,000-yard career passing mark. Congratulations to Matt Wilson as Ray Bentley picks up 8. Bentley now up to 81 yards, but even by his standards this season, that's not a lot. Alaska's done a decent job keeping Bentley in check, but Matt Wilson has been the man tonight. 12,067 yards. Crossed that threshold last week, and he's 7 touchdowns away from 100 coming into the night. And I believe he's got 3 of them here this evening. Wilson back to pass, has all kinds of time until he doesn't. He goes down for the sack, a loss of 6. That is the 3rd time Matt Wilson has been sacked tonight. 2nd time by Gerald Thomas. It's 3rd and 8. And Alaska needed that. Mexico City coming in is 2nd in the league in points per game, 3rd in the league in total yards. 3rd down and 8. Wilson tipped up in the air and incomplete. Pass intended for K.O. Barrett, who's gone pretty quiet over the last quarter and a half, and Alaska's defense gets the stop. Another chat shout out Marcus Reed, Tyrone Jones, Electric Aggie, Optimus Klein, DeAndre Noel, Mighty RX, DJ Drew, Aseb, AJ Levy, PX1 Sports, Steven at Large, DR Sim 80, and many others, all here in the chat and watching on your phones, on your tablets, on your televisions, on your computers from all over the world. Robert Merrill returns it up to the 46-yard line. Actually had a nice chunk of room to flip field position in the favor of the Storm. Tuesday Night Football, the undefeated Swarm welcome the defending champs to town as Atlanta owner Mark Chisholm faces off against his former team. Queen City in Atlanta with Eric Vincent on the call coming up Tuesday night. Right here on the SFL Network on YouTube as Ash Odom gets free, and Ash Odom gets to the 37-yard line before Wallace brings him down. Odom is winning the running back battle. That is for certain here. Got a couple of good kick blocks. Pablo Zamora got bunched up behind the play. Wallace had to come in and make the stop from the other side of the field. First down at the Aztec 39-yard line. Back to pass. Cochran. Klein picks up 5. Frank Champion is in the chat. We actually failed to mention this on SFL Today. Must have gotten distracted as Klein gets his 10th catch. Frank Champion had 16 total tackles today. That is an SFL record for tackles made by a defensive tackle. So congratulations to Frank Champion. Vancouver may have lost today, but Champion did something that no other defensive tackle has ever done before, as Cochran's pass is caught for a first down on the 27-yard line. That's Robert Merrill. Cochran spreading the ball around, and it's been all Alaska Storm here in the third quarter. Now into scoring position. Mexico City, after 28 points on 6 possessions in the first half, has not scored here in the third quarter. Odom with a couple more good blocks. Gets pushed down by Zamora at the 20. Gain of 7. Can't remember the last time Odom was brought down behind the line. I believe it was late in the first quarter. Oh, my bad, Frank. We had you listed. Hand off to Odom. 15. Odom hit hard at the 12. Had you listed on the website as a defensive end, or a defensive tackle, rather. That must be our mistake. Have to clean that up on our website. Either way, still a career high for you, buddy. And a franchise record for Vancouver. 3:25 to go in the third. Back here to game of the week action. 1st and 10 at the Aztec 13. Hand off Odom again. And Odom missed the lane. That was his worst run of the night. 177 yards. And he had a lane straight up the middle, but instead decided to invite Chase Story back into the picture. 3 minutes to go in the third. 2nd down and 11. 2 backs, 2 receivers, hand off, Odom. Odom in trouble. Loss of 3 yards. That is really only has been the most problematic play. I can't speak here in the third. For Mexico City tonight. Vancouver definitely, or what is happening to me in the third quarter? Mexico City has definitely prepared well for that stretch play from Alaska. Now it's 3rd and long. 3rd down and 14. This is a big moment for Ron Cochran, who once again has struggled tonight. 3rd down. Cochran short. That's not going to be a first down or a touchdown. That's Optimus Klein's 11th reception, but it's going to bring out Kodiak Denali, and the defense is going to have to keep fighting. And that's what we've seen all night. The offense does just enough to get behind by 1 score, and then the defense gives up a touchdown, and Alaska's right back where they started. Klein is racking up the receptions. The field goal from 27 yards away, that's good. And with 1:41 to go in the third, Alaska has managed to keep Mexico City off the field almost the entire quarter. And it's 28-20. Optimus Klein had 19 receptions before tonight's game. Cabrera gets outside, made a man miss, and got past the 30 to the 31. So Klein now with 30 receptions on the season, which moves him towards the top of the list. Prince Escobar, Kevin Clancy, Sean Harrelson, Johnny English up there with Optimus Klein now. First down and 10. Bentley takes the handoff, and Bentley picks up just 2. He's still under 100 as you take a look at the updated running back numbers. So after 42 points combined in the first half, we've seen just 2 field goals here in the third quarter. A very fast-moving third quarter. And Alaska's defense has gotten plenty of rest here in the third. Wilson back to pass. Wilson floats one out way too late. Ray Bentley does his team a disservice by catching that ball. A loss of 1 sets up third down and 9. Mexico City has to be real careful here. I don't think they have a first down here in the second half. Can't afford a back-to-back 3 and outs. Protecting a 14-point lead. Wilson, deep ball down the field, is caught. And immediately flipping the ball towards his defenders is K.L. Barrett, who was absolutely jacked about making that catch. Barrett somehow breaks free, turns to the opposite shoulder, and gets the crowd all riled up again. Coming up on the end of the third quarter, Alaska 20, Mexico City 28. And the handoff is a counter to Bentley, who got pushed behind the line, but makes good of it. 9-yard pickup of the Storm, 37. One of the better runs of the night for Ray Bentley. Bentley came into the night leading the league in rushing. 618 yards, 8.6 yards a carry. Second and short, Bentley, first down. As Bentley continues to work on a 1,000-yard season, and once again, after Alaska cuts the game to a 1-score battle, the Mexico City Aztecs just can't be consistently stopped. End of the third. This is the SFL Game of the Week here on YouTube. Fourth quarter, first down. And Bentley got a yard. Simulation Football League is presented by Prestats. That was the Palacio de Bellas Artes here in the great city of Mexico City. It's an Aztec 8-point lead in their Santa Fe Gorilla throwbacks. Wilson will hand it off to Bentley again. Bad read from Alaska's defense. First down to the 19. And the Aztecs are back in the red zone. That was not those were not good pursuit angles at all. Alaska had 4 or 5 different players bunched up to the right of Ray Bentley, and Ray simply just breezed right through the middle, right behind his center. Alaska's defense needs to come up with some sort of stop. Besides the Devin Cabrera fumble, the Aztecs have stayed turnover free. Out of the gun, Wilson. Back to pass. Wilson, good pocket. Oh boy, that one was almost picked off. DJ Drew, who made a horrendous play on the ball, or lack thereof, in the first half that gave up the first Aztec touchdown on a 4th down. Nearly came up with a highlight-worthy interception. 2nd and 10 as Mexico City tries to break the donut they have in the second half. 3 receivers, 3-3 look out of Alaska, showing an outside blitz. They'll back out, and Bentley gets a lot of yards again up the middle. That's where he's found most of his success. I think that puts Bentley over 100 yards. 3rd down and 3. 9.5 left. There's a look at A.J. Francis. Francis had a really quiet night. Was a week 1 playmaker and is tied for 5th coming into the night with 5 passes defended, even as a linebacker. Hand off to Bentley. Bentley breaks a tackle, and another, and he's got a touchdown. Once more, the Aztecs up 1 possession, make it 2. Just a rough night for the Alaska defense. They've just been playing behind the entire evening. And Ray Bentley has made an impact here in the first 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. Cole Varner on to attempt the extra point. High snap, but the kick is good. 9:11 left in the 4th. How much longer can Alaska hang around? Mexico City 9 minutes away from 4-0. Varner kicks to Merrill. From the 3. Merrill, 25, almost got away. Every time the Storm punch, the Aztecs punch harder. 9:04 left. What does Alaska have left? 3 receivers with Odom in the backfield. Handoff Odom. That's been their best offense, but here on his last 3 or 4 carries, Odom is getting shut down almost immediately. Story with another tackle. He'll be up in the double digits by the end of the night. 174 yards and 3 picks. What could Alaska be if they hadn't have turned the ball over so much this year? Hand off Odom again. And Odom picks up a 4, 3rd and 5. Likely a Cochran throw coming. Alaska is -4 in turnover differential. Coming into the week, that was next to last. Only Houston was worse. Alaska's defense had forced 6 turnovers, only 1 forced tonight. Empty set for Cochran on a 3rd down and 5. Back to pass, 3-step drop. Cochran had to wait a little bit, but finds Klein. 1st down to midfield. A pivotal 3rd down conversion, and Klein, by the end of this game, may have more catches than he had the entire season. That's at least now 12, maybe 13 for the big man. at midfield. First down, Storm, down 35-20. Handoff goes to Odom. Odom picks up 4. 2nd and 6, Alaska not in panic mode. You have to like their confidence here in their offense. Want to score sometime in the next couple of minutes to avoid getting in a situation where you're kicking the onside too early. 2nd and 6. They're going to hand it off to Odom again. There's that stretch play, but the block's held. Chase Story, really nice play again. This is Chase Story's evening. 3rd and 4. Story starting to reach playmaker's ability, although he's got a lot to deal with Frank Champion's 16 tackles from earlier today. Third down and 4, another 3rd down on this drive, and it's another Cochran pass, and that one is nearly picked off by Story, and now it's 4th down. Chase Story, man, this guy is all over the field. I feel like I've said his name 20 times tonight. If you're Alaska, I think you got to play defense. Still way too much time left in this game to go for it, and that's what they're going to do. Play the field position game. Alaska hopes that their defense, it's been pretty good at forcing turnovers for their first 3 games, can make something happen here in the final 7 minutes. Inside the 10, down to the 3, down to the 2. Good punt. 2-2 to the 2-2-2-2-2. First down for Mexico City.
First and 10 from West Side.
6:39 left. Thanks to everybody in attendance. It's been a fantastic day of SFL viewership here on YouTube. 3 receivers for Wilson and Bentley. Bentley is free past the 15 to the 18, a pickup of 16. 144, and that bad night that Ray Bentley was having is hardly even noticeable at this point. Bentley getting rid of red hats. And that gives the Aztecs some breathing room, and all the Storm can do is shake their head. Hand off to Bentley again. The workhorse here in the 4th. Bentley a little slow to get up. Everyone took a breath there just for a minute. Alaska gives up 23 points per game. That's 5th in the league, even considering all of today's results. 5:43 and counting. Alaska needs a spark. 2nd and 1. They cannot stop Ray Bentley. Mexico City putting on an offensive clinic. Turnover-free football offensively here tonight. Tallahassee is also 4-0. Houston is 4-0. Atlanta is going to try to become the 4th unbeaten team this week to get another victory. Tuesday night against Queen City. That is not a very good pass at all from Wilson. A loss of 3 yards. That was Moxon on the outside. Stops the clock with 5:03 to go in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 13.
Let's go. 2nd and 13 from West Savages, 32-yard.
3 receivers all to the top of the screen, far side. And the handoff goes to Bentley. Dragged down from behind, and now Bentley's night is even looking better than Odom's. We knew these two were going to clash. 2 of the top 3 running backs statistically coming into the league, or coming into tonight. 493 yards for Ash Odom and 618 for Bentley. A big third down here for Alaska's defense. 6 in the box. Wilson is bleeding clock. Handoff Bentley, and Bentley is put down. So, this is Alaska's big moment. Alex Dominguez with that last tackle. 4th down and 7. The Storm need a touchdown, an onside kick, and a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion here in the last 4 minutes. We have seen crazier things, people. Does Alaska have another wild comeback in them like the one that they had in the playoff game against the Hyenas? Mexico City 3-0, Alaska 2-1. Coming into the night, if Alaska loses, they'll join Sioux Falls, Oklahoma City, and Dallas at 2-2 in the bunched up middle of the pack Western Conference. Thanks to Ray Bentley, Alaska does not win the field position battle, and they're back to their own 26-yard line. Gaming expert asks if Alaska has any interceptions. No interceptions tonight for Matt Wilson. Did force a Devin Cabrera fumble on the kickoff. The Storm defense, top 5 in the league in all categories, but probably won't be active tonight. Cochran's pass is dropped. Boy, if Optimus Klein, who's caught everything tonight, can't catch a pass, that does not bode well for a comeback. There's a look at Alaska's defensive numbers coming into the night, specifically 3rd in the league in run defense, giving up just 73 yards a game, but that number's going up after taking on Ray Bentley this evening. 3:24 to go, empty backfield for Cochran, and the Storm down 15, in need of a miracle. Back to pass. Cochran, wobbly throw, and that is into, I'm telling you, there were about 8 or 9 different players in the mix, about 10 yards deep in the middle of the field. First off, why would you ever run a route where all 3 of your guys are in the same place? Cochran may have thrown that early because the pocket was breaking down, and that was just a lame duck if I've ever seen one. 3rd and 10, this is not going well here for Alaska trying to come back. Cochran out of the gun, back to pass. Now he's going long, and that pass is knocked away. King Wallace. Klein has been targeted now 18 times, and Alaska is forced to go for it here on 4th down. This is not where you want to be if you're the Storm. Ball on the 26-yard line. Alaska 0 for 1 on 4th downs this season. Can they convert their first of the year? Empty set, 4 wide for Cochran. 3-2 dime look for Mexico City, back to pass. Oh, that's a terrible route, and it's out of bounds. That is pathetic. That's not how you want to end a game. It's not over, obviously, but that's brutal. That's just not good coaching there. And that's a turnover on downs to the Aztecs, and what has been a really enjoyable game tonight sort of ends with a dud right there from Cochran. Still 3:13 left, you just never know. Bentley's going to take the handoff, and Bentley, oh, Ray Bentley! That is a walk-off if I've ever seen one! 4-0 is cemented, and Ray Bentley, for the 2nd time tonight, destroys a player off of the Alaska Storm. That was Tony Willis. And that was a painful way to end the night for the Storm. That'll make you feel just sick. Wow. Ray Bentley with over 100 yards rushing in the last 8 minutes. And the extra point is good. He completely took over the 4th quarter. Mexico City with 3:05 to go says, who's number 1 now? up by 22 here at home. Mexico City has done what no other team has ever been able to do against Alaska for the first time in franchise history. The Alaska Storm give up 42 points. The previous high of the team was 41 that they gave up in a blowout to the Los Angeles Sharks. Most points ever given up by the Alaska Storm, and it comes here tonight in prime time. That's a 7-yard gain, 3rd down and 2 as Alaska tries to make this look a little better. Back to pass, Cochran caught, goes down to the 43-yard line. That is, I believe, Corey Carter. Now all of a sudden Ron Cochran is finding open receivers. Odom, gets cut down, loss of 1. Clock is ticking, 2nd and 11, coming up on the 2-minute warning. It's all in Cochran's hands now. Deep drop back. Cochran fires short over the middle. And we've hit the 2-minute warning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on YouTube. You're home to the Simulation Football League. This is the SFL Network. Be legendary. 3rd down and 4. This night got ugly real quick for Alaska after we got into the 4th quarter as Ray Bentley completely took over and I think now has cemented himself, nice pitch and catch there, into the MVP conversation. I know it's only week 4, but Bentley has just been something else. Pass is caught again. Really nice job to avoid a tackle by Robert Merrill to get inside the 20. And Alaska is not giving up hope yet. Remember, they still do have all 3 timeouts. Pass is caught to the sideline and out of bounds at the 10. Merrill with the catch. Optimus now 13 catches, now 32 receptions on the year. And this is by far the best drive of the night for the Storm, and the backups may be in for Mexico City. Which shows you just how good the starters were tonight for that Aztec defense. Pass caught the outside, Merrill, touchdown. So hold just a second. Mexico City may have pulled the plug a little too early. Still all 3 timeouts for Alaska and an onside kick coming. It's never over in the SFL. Never over.
Number 6 is back for the
Denali will come out for an extra point. Denali's extra point is good. So 42-27. Onside kick coming with 1:25 to go. Onside kick from Denali goes right to the Santa Fe Gorillas. Still all 3 timeouts, but now you got to stop Ray Bentley. That was not a very good onside kick at all. We're trying to find the stats on Robert Merrill here. Just having trouble locating him on our big bad leaderboard. There he is, Merrill's first receiving touchdown of the season. I thought so. And Bentley, and Bentley picks up 6 of what the Storm, or what the Aztecs need. I'm just proud of myself that I didn't say Santa Fe or Mexico City one time tonight as a mistake. Because that's pretty difficult to do, considering that they're bright orange and have gorilla logos on their helmets. 2 timeouts. It is 2nd and 4 for Mexico City. And Bentley, and Bentley's got the first down. That's been the story this entire 4th quarter. Ray Bentley unstoppable when it mattered the most. And that should just about wrap this one up. Mexico City will improve to 4-0 and will take on the Oklahoma City Renegades next week. The Renegades are really hurting and have struggled against big-time competition, and Mexico City is at the top of those charts. It's at Oklahoma City. Mexico City follows that up with a date at Sioux Falls. The Sparrows will be looking for some serious revenge after Mexico City just flat embarrassed them here at Estadio Azteca. Knees are down, and that clock is ticking now down to 3rd and 13. As we count down to the final seconds on this clock. For Alaska, they will host Dallas next week, and what a game that's going to be. Dallas has won 2 games in a row at the I. The Roughnecks looking for revenge for a 33-24 loss they suffered back in week 1. Storm and Roughnecks, going to be a fun one in week 5. Victory formation comes just in time. And on 4th and 15, the Aztecs will not have to snap the football again. No post-game show. We promise it will return later in the season. But we're going to be talking about this one in Discord for a while, as Ray Bentley goes off in the 4th quarter and twice goes off on Alaska Storm defenders, and that was your big difference maker. The clock hits zeros, and we're just about finished in Mexico City. Final score, Alaska 27 and the Aztecs 42. Your 2K Sports post-game show is right now. As we take a look at the final stats, Alaska outgains Mexico City, but it didn't matter, as both teams put up a lot of yards and a lot of points. Ray Bentley, Chase Story, and Devin Cabrera, the differences in tonight's ballgame. The Mexico City Aztecs, the Houston Hyenas, and the Tallahassee Pride are 4-0. Mexico City meets Houston 1 time this season. That is in week 11, in case you're wondering. And it's in Houston. Biggest playmakers of the night, Ryan Moxon, 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. Optimus Klein, 13 catches, 107 yards and a score. Ray Bentley finishes with 211 yards and 3 touchdowns. Odom, 184 and 1 score. Chase Story, 11 solo tackles. Pablo Zamora had 10 of his own. Thomas had 2 sacks, and Dominguez turned in 1 for the Storm. Matt Wilson, 243 yards and 3 touchdowns passing. Ron Cochran finishes with 274 and 2 scores, but a couple of pivotal in-zone interceptions. Chris Curtis is on the call tomorrow for the Baltimore Crabs and the Chicago Wildcats. Eric Vincent has Tuesday's call between the Queen City Corsairs and the Atlanta Swarm. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League and the SFL Network on YouTube. For all of us in our production crew at Estadio Azteca in Mexico City, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, saying good night from Mexico. So long, everybody.